Hello everyone, this is Charles BridgTec with another flashlight review, this time from Wurkkos. Now this here is their new HD02. Now I was sent this by Wurkkos directly. They wanted me to feature it here on my channel. It comes in this box. This is a complete kit, comes with everything you need right in here to get started right out there. So let's start off with the specs. Now, as you can see there, the highest output that this light can do, it is 3,200 lumens. Now, if you need more time to read those, go ahead and pause the screen. Otherwise, let's get it open, see what's in. Now, here's a readme. There's a protection piece either on the tail end or at the head of the light. Just letting you know to remove that. Welcome to the Wurkkos family. Start off here with the user manual. Multi-language. Already showed you the light chart there. A little bit better on the box anyways. One USB Type-C to Type-C charging cable. My understanding, usually that means you can use it as a power bank. And got one O-ring in here and one lanyard. Now let's take a look here at the light. Man. There it is. Right offhand, this thing is really quite amazing. Definitely looks futuristic. Now the nice thing about this has what they call the wings with the LEDs on the side. Now I've reviewed lights that have similar to this design in the past on my channel, but that is amazing. It does have a clip on here. It's a deep pocket carry, so that might help a lot of people. Now you've got a dial here that controls the UI, and you've got the power switch and a battery level indicator there. And my understanding, this has a laser, UV, and the main LED, as well as these floodlights on the side, which is amazing. Now it looks like you can tripod mount this. Can table stand that if you need. Now you can also place this on a metal surface. Very strong magnet on there. Place it for hands-free. It's great for the little floodlights to reflect off the ceiling of whatever you're working with. So that's really nice to be able to do. These wedge-shaped designed flashlights are really hugely popular. This one here is a nice size for everyday carry. Definitely more than a casual carry in my opinion. It's going to suit a lot of people's needs with this. There's the name there. And here is the charging port there. And you can charge it on the go, or you can take the battery out of this and use a dedicated charger. That's what I would do. Now you do have some heat sinking here on the head of the light. You can see it's pretty deep. And the button areas sticks out a little bit there. It's got a little area here where you can turn that dial easily. I'll show you these one more time up close. And here's some information here. Not too sure if it's on the other side. Pretty amazing to have a floodlight UV and a little combination beam thrower all in one light. You've got the best of three worlds, because a lot of people, I don't use UV much other than to check counterfeit bills, but a lot of people use it for hunting insects or fishing as well. Okay, so now let's go ahead and take a look here at the main LED. Now the main LED is here. There's no dome on it. Smooth reflectors. Here's the UV. That's the laser pointer. Now they don't say what LED they are using in this. It just says a high performance. That's what that looks like there. Now the style and design on this is very nice. Easily grip this. Got the indentations here on the body, help with gripping it. Now it does have kind of a flat finish, but it's super smooth. And the machining and finish on this is very nice. Been doing a lot of reviews for Wurkkos for many years. Alright, well now let's go ahead and take this all apart, and I'll show you the battery that it comes with. Now the nice thing about this is I was reading some information previously, and that it uses a 21700 cell. There's the protection piece here that you want to remove. Now I save these because if you store your light or any other type of light, you can use this in anything, especially if you're storing it in your vehicle. We'll start off here with the battery. This is a 21700 cell, 5000 milliamp. This is not a protected cell, it's unprotected. And I think it's a 20 amp cell, but it's not going to use that much of it anyways. But more than enough power to run this. And we'll take a look here at the tail spring. Heavy duty on that. And you could use any flat top cells or button top, as long as they're unprotected, because they only have so much movement with the spring down on the head of the light. So letting you know, it's nice. You could just swap out a battery and keep that darkness away from you. Let's go ahead and get this all back together. Now let's go through the UI. So we're going to start off, we're going to go to the, well, I guess you'd go to the right, and I'm going to turn it on here. My understanding is that these are the floodlights. I just kind of show you here. Now you can set this down like that if you wish, or if you want to use it as a lamp, you could do so. It'll shine down, and I'll ramp it up here a little bit for you. It's really nice. You can press down and hold. It has the ramp featuring. Sorry, has the ramping UI, which is one of my favorites. So with that, you can set that down. Just have a nice little lamp shooting outward. Again, you could shoot it upward if you're needing light to shoot upwards for something you are doing. It's just amazing. I'll show you the LEDs that are behind here. Very well diffused, but you can see how many are in there. This is amazing. Now, it would have been nice if these could swivel. Maybe let them know that ahead of time for their next, maybe version 2 of this, is that if these could just swivel just to the side and maybe the other one the other way, that way you can have light shooting out this way instead. Just an idea. We're going to ramp it all the way up, see how bright this is. A lot of light coming out of that. Wow. That is amazing. So we're going to ramp it back down. We're going to go to the lowest setting, which is right there. That's definitely nice for like a little night lamp. That is really a neat idea. So now we're going to go to the main LED, which is dead center, now that we have it turned on. That's definitely kind of leaning towards a combination beam, in my opinion. Yeah. There's the hot spots, pretty defined there. It has a little bit of bleeding around the edge of that. Further out you get, it loses that spill area. Does have a little bit of a cutoff there, as you can see my fingertips. So, not super sharp, but good enough. I'm going to ramp this up too. That is insane. Wow, that is bright. Now I have not charged this yet. I'm going to check the battery level. Still good. So now I'm going to see if it has a special mode. 1, 2, 3. Does have strobe. Now this is kind of a intermittent kind of a mixture of a tactical but regular strobe, but it is very distracting. The camera is not doing it any justice. And then one click turns that off. Now we're going to go to the left. We have the laser pointer, which is green, my favorite color. So I'm not going to show that to you right in your eyes. This thing is pretty intense here. Nice. Now we're going to do the UV. I'm not sure if this has any other light outputs here. It does. So 2 light outputs. Wow. I mean, you can, I'll show you out there, but these things are great for detecting counterfeit money and stuff, as well as other stuff. That is really intense. You could see it's like a regular flashlight beam. So again, these here automatically override the other lights when you open them up. I've got little contacts there. Automatically turn on the main light, as you can see there. So super cool on that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And that's all there is to this light. It's pretty straightforward and easy to operate. This thing feels solid, very rugged feeling. Wurkkos makes some of the best budget-friendly lights as well as more expensive ones, but really impressed with this. I'm not seeing any issues with this. It's going to be a lot of fun for me, for us flashaholics. Well, let's wait no further. Let's take this HD02 out, see how it does in the wilderness. Okay, before we head out there in the wilderness, let's go ahead and show you the floodlights, how you can change the Kelvin. Just gonna go ahead and click and hold. Make it cool white. Really nice light output on here. Amazing. And then click and hold. You can warm it all the way up until it gets to the real nice warm temp. Now, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I know a lot of people that are. And you can see there right off the side. Now, I'll put it right where I like it. About right there is about 5K. This thing is amazing. Put it way up above. Just amazing. So I'm going to do on the highest output, we'll just change the color temp slowly for you so you can see the difference. Alright, let's head out there. We are out here in the darkness with the Wurkkos HD02. Brand new light from them. Let's go ahead and get started. Water spout, 38 feet from where I'm standing. And it is making 65 feet at this low level, which is impressive. There's a beam on the fence, large hotspot. You can see the beam range here and give you an idea. Next level up still comes alive. It's making 138 feet there now. Now I have a link below all my videos showing my testing area here and their distances. Check it out if you have any questions. Let's go to the next level here. Spill area is impressive. Look at how large that hotspot is. Almost took up the whole tree of life. Ramp it up there a little more. I really like the ramping feature. Kind of do little increments if you want. Making 238 feet there now behind that tree there. Yeah, seeing it across the park there now to the playgrounds. Fence line, tree line. Let's go ahead and ramp it up here a little bit more. That whole tree is almost lit up. Look at that spill. Now this is not going to have a ton of range on it, but this is doing very well. Making across those playgrounds over across the park there. Let's go ahead and ramp it up to the highest. See how it does here. That's the highest. Huge hot spot on this thing. We'll slowly pan it around here. Seeing everything out there now. Do a beam profile here. Good idea to do. Hot spot there. Very nice beam performance. Definitely is more of a combination beam. Now it did cycle down a little bit, so we're going to go ahead and go back down. Now we're going to change it here to the UV. Now I don't have much to show here except my pants and my shoes. Not really much else. Let's go ahead and raise it up here. Alright, got a more output there. This thing is really intense. Well, I do see something there. A little bit of reflective stuff there. And go back down. Now we're going to go ahead and do the laser pointer. Not going to shine this in the sky, but you can clearly see it across the park on those trees, usually making the school. See it bouncing around over there. And making that palm tree. Alright, so could come in handy for something. Just not too sure for what. So now we're going to turn it back to the regular LED, and we're going to bring out the side lights here. Now I'm going to get them both out here. You can use just one at a time if you want as well, but no way to show it this way. I'm going to try to hold it the opposite way so we can see now. Nice beam coverage on here. So we'll raise it up a little bit so you guys can see. This thing is amazing. Try to straighten these out a little bit more. There we go. Look at that. Try to adjust them a little more straight out. Wherever you point those to, Look at that. We'll ramp it all the way up here to the highest. Look at that. Look how wide this beam is. You can go a little bit wider. Again, nice color temp on this. Showing a huge area. This thing is Floodlight. Steals the show. Yeah. I'll do a beam profile here. Look at how way out, I mean way out and about that this thing can do. All coming from this. This is the way I have it angled. We'll wrap it down. Close out the video. Night shot. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed those night shots. Talk about a feature-packed light. You've got a lot of different beam types all in one unit. That is a huge plus. The range on it here is pretty good. It's definitely a combination beam. Kind of leans a little bit on the dedicated thrower, but not by much. But that UV is very intense. Of course, the laser pointer has got some decent range on it, but these floodlights really steal the show in my opinion. The only drawback with them is you can't turn them. If you could turn them to where you could shoot them out and shoot out the light that way, that would be absolute perfect. But this here is impressive regardless, because you can still use it as a table lamp, and that's going to shine quite a ways out. Definitely nice for a little mood light or night light, camping, whatever you want to use it for. Got a lot of features on that. The dial feature is nice. You could just dial whatever beam you want, whether it be the main LED, laser, or the UV. That is really nice. Ramping UI, huge plus on that. I prefer that in my opinion. 21700 cell, more than enough power. You can use any 21700 cell. Just make sure it's at least 10 amp or more. So let's go ahead and plug it up. They wanted me to show what it does when it's charging, and sometimes I forget. It just depends. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I got them plugged in good and tight. Using the cable that it came with. Yeah. Try another cable maybe. This one here that was included is not really making a good contact there. It came on for just a sec. Let me grab another one here. So I have another one here. It's a little bit longer, but I just want to make sure that this is going to indeed charge. I'm not too sure why the other cable. So I'm not too sure if maybe something's wrong with this cable. Not a real big deal. Everybody under the moon has Type-C cables. But that's what that looks like when it's charging. Red. It will turn green when it's finished. They wanted me to show the charging feature on that. And this, by the way, is the X-Star power bank. I use them all the time for testing stuff out. So, all right. Well, I want to thank Wurkkos for sending me this HD02 to review. Now, if this kit is something you're interested in getting, I will leave a link down below the video, including a special discount code, and that'll help you save some money on this kit, just in case you're interested in getting it. Well, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please share, like, and subscribe. That way I can bring more of these all new, brand new Wurkkos flashlights to you in the future. Thanks for watching. Take care. Well, let's take this outside, see how it does in the wilderness.